dictionaries and tuples and about set, right? So what are the different questions they will be asking? So we have discussed that, and also about some programs. Am I right? So today we got one answer. A string, yeah, correct. String also we have discussed, right? String slice and how to reverse a string. So mostly in Python, you will be getting questions from this one. Okay, so practice more logical questions. So today also we have some kind of logical questions, and before that we will see about some OOPS concept, and then we'll get into the topic. Yeah. So let me share my screen. So we have completed till this. Okay. So today we will see about first I will go show you this PPT, and then we will start with the session. So have we completed this for loop? For loop is completed or not? I get some confirmations for loop. If not, okay, we'll see some example on that as well. So I think we can complete for loop and the loop statements. So one by one, we can see so how we can write the expressions and how we can work on this. I hope I didn't complete this one. So we can start with while. So here, if you see the while statement. So why I'm just focusing on this particular topic is while you're writing the logics, definitely you'll be using any one of the loop or any kind of statements, right? So that's fine. So this is a while expressions. Okay, the syntax is first is your while expressions, and you'll be giving colon. So this is a comment line. Okay, so let me to understand this. Okay, so like this, it will be there, and you need some indent, and then you need to start with a statements. Clear? So this is the syntax. So now we will see one example of how we can work with this while loop. Okay. Um, in this scenario, I just want to print some word repeatedly. Let's say I'm giving a is equals to some zero value, and I'm using a while, a condition of I want to print this value more than 10 times. Then how I can give a is greater than some 10. Okay, and I'm giving colon. So 0 to 10, it will print. So for the logic, how you can give the incrementation in while loop, you need to write a statement in a different line. But when it comes to a for loop, so you'll be giving it in a single line itself. But if it goes to, a for each loop, the advanced for loop, then it's going to be entirely different, right? So a is equals to a plus 1. And whatever you're printing, so again, you can see the indentation. So here I'm giving a print of some statement. Morning students. Okay. So this is my the statement of print. I'm sorry, I have given semicolon. Let me close all this. Let me create a new terminal. Let me delete the other things. Okay. It's not printing 10 times. Okay, let me give some space here. Wait. Okay. So now you can see 3 times it has been printed. Clear? So if I give it for a 10 times, then it will print for a 10 times. It is simple of for loop, the same thing, but when we compare with the other programming language, the difference is the indentation is a problem here. Other than that, it is very simple to use. We don't want to create any class or the object to execute the things directly. We can give the code, the logic, and we can get the output. Clear? So this is about the while loop. And if example, you can also use else statement in the while loop, and you can also give infinite if you want. If you want this while loop to make it as an infinite. You know infinite, right? Infinite means the multiple times it will print infinity. So how we can do that? So this is here in this example, uh, we have given the limited number of times, right? How many times the particular content is going to be displayed. But if suppose I don't want this to be printed like this, you can consider for an example, I want this to be displayed for the multiple time. Then how and what will be the code for it? Can you guess, guys? If it is going to be in an infinite loop, then how you can do this? Okay, let's see. I hope my voice is audible and my screen is visible for everyone. I just want to confirm. Can I get, okay, fine. So now what is going to be in a infinite time. So what I can do is I'm just giving is equals to 0. Okay. So I'm just giving as a equals to 0. So what happened? And also I'm just removing this one. So we don't have any other statements here, right? So only it will check whether it is equal to 0. Then again, it will be looping here. So it is actually not to use this types of loop. Okay, no, so like never ending infinite loop. So, so it will terminate the compiler. So see here, it goes on infinitely. It is executing it. Okay, let's stop this. Okay, clear. So next is we will see about the for loop. The for loop, I'm using a keyword for, and here we can give some variable name and in keyword and then a sequence. So what is the sequence? You need to mention within the colon. Okay. And the next step is you need to mention the statements. So for this one, I think yesterday we have discussed this, the range, right? In a sequence, you can mention a range. Example, let me give. I want, some values to be printed from 0 to 10. Then I'm just giving a value to be n is equals to some 10 and for loop. I'm mentioning I is a variable name and in a sequence is again mention that in a range value. So it starts from 0 till n. So n is 10. Okay. And give colon. So after this, print a statement of I. That's it. If you run this, you can see the value has been printed from 0 to 9. If you want 10, you can you have to give 1 or you can change the ranges from 1. You can also do that. So 1 to 10 will be, sorry, 1 to I give here 11. Okay, so let me tell you, it can be, iterated over a range in iterator. So this is a range and this is going to be the iterator. So the values, if example, it starts from 1 to n, that is 1 to 11 means the specified ranges will be 1 to n, right? So it will print the values of I in each iteration of the loop. Clear? So now, if example, if I use this for loop with some, list or tuples or string or dictionary iteration, then how we can do it? We'll see one by one. So you guys are going to answer this question. So how we can create tuples? Now first we can go with an list. So give me one list example. How we can create a list? So we already yesterday also we have discussed, right? How we can create a list. So I'm just asking, are you going to use parentheses or square brackets, or you will use comma, or how it is going to be? You can give your answers in the chat box. So list is equals to mango and apple. Okay. Okay, we can take that example. So I'm just giving a print statement. Okay. So this is going to be a list. For loop list. Okay. Can give it like this list. List for loop. So after the statement, I'm giving one variable name. Let's take A. So A is equals to, here I'll be using a square brackets, right? I got one Nandini have given this. So let's take this. So list is equals to a mango and apple she have given. So we are going to print both the things. How we can do it? I'm using a for loop. And what is the I? So I is going to be just a variable. Okay, it will just take a iterating value and then in of this sequence name. Then here you need to give colon. Print. So now you can see the mango and apple has been printed. Clear? Clear, students? This is about list for loop. This is list for loop. So mango and apple. And next is if it is going to be in a tuple. Then how we can do the coding? How you will specify, either you will be using a parenthesis or square brackets, or it is going to be a key and pair value. How you can create this? Okay, using parentheses. Can you give some example we can run here? Okay, tuple, car, and bike. Okay, so let me take this example. So now let's see, for loop, tuple, for loop. So here I'm just giving the tuple is equal to car bike. So I'm just copying this. So after this, tuple is car. So I'm just giving for in. Okay. And then the print statement. So print of pipe. Clear? Let's run this. So here it is going to be tuple a for loop. So the car and the bike has been printed. Clear? And the next is for string. So string is very easy. So string is example, I want to print each and every character. So then can you give me some example for string? Can you give some example for string? Okay. String Rayalaseema. So print the statement. I'm just giving. Okay. So in this, this is the a variable name, right? So string Rayalaseema. So I want each and every character to be printed. Then how we can do this? Can you guess how we can print each and every character using a for loop? Okay. So we can do this. Thank you, Dharani, for the string. So we can use this for the next example. Is how we can do this, how we can print it using a same for loop. Yes, exactly. So for I in a string. I hope the screen is visible for everyone because I've me also. Here I can give print I. Okay. So here you can see list for loop and tuple for loop and string for loop. Clear, ma? Okay, fine. So the next is, and then dictionary. For dictionary, how we can create the string. That is how you can create a dictionary for the iteration. For this one, I can give you one simple example. So before that, how we can create dictionaries with a key and value, right? So here in this example, let me create one empty dictionaries. This is going to be an empty dictionary. So D is equal to, I'm just giving dict method. Okay, it's going to be an empty one. Then I'm going to add some value. So we can add the value giving like an array. So let me give x, y, z. Let me give 1, 2, 3, and then d of a, b, c, and then equals to 3, 4, 5. Clear? So how to print this for I in D? That's it. Print. So want to print this value. To print this value, uh, for the dictionary, first I need to give two things. One is like I can directly give the iteration value, or I can print this value. So how we can print this? Any guesses? How we can print this, ma? Print D. Okay, let's see. You're saying like print a D. So it is showing the x and the y values. That is, it has been printed for the twice the time, right? So there is something called as a modulo S and modulo D. Anyone knows what is modulo S and modulo D? So this one, modulo S and modulo D in Python. What is this? Why we are going for this modulo S and modulo D? So actually this is a symbol. So we are going to use this in our coding. So let me tell you. So this modulo S. If you know the answer, you can give me. Otherwise, I will tell you what it is. So this is to concatenate. Okay, this is we will use a symbol. Okay, so this symbol is used to perform the concatenation of a string together. Okay, and also it allows us to format the values inside the strings. It is automatically provides a type conversion from a value to the string. So that is why we are using this modulo S. We'll see one example of how to use this. Here in this example, I'm going to use this modulo S operator. Just put where the string is to be specified. Actually, the number of values you want to append to the string should be equivalent to the number of specified in the parameter, that is parentheses, after the dollar operator at the end of the string value. So first I'm just declaring a string variable. Let's say declaring a string variable. So in the string variable, I'm just giving a name is equals to um, operator. I want to append the string with a string. So then how we can append it? Let's see. So print, I have a print here. And let's say I'm just printing hi, comma, and dollar $s exclamation. Okay. So this is my the first string. So hi, comma, and then I'm using a $S and then this. And finally, I want to print the next thing, modulo operator. Sorry, that is modulo. Hmm, Sorry, here we don't have any commas. So modulo S and the modulo name. So if I run this program, you can see hi operator has been printed. So everyone understood why we use this modulo S? Can anyone tell me? Is Pudu Suji, your camera is on, ma? Please make it turn off. Is now tell me what is the use of this modulo S, guys? Okay, students. So got some answers. Concatenating the operator and high for a string. Yes, actually, this is to concatenate of string together. So here I have high and here I have some other content string, right? I'm just joining this using a modulo f. So that's all. So you can also try some examples. So what is the other example we can give? I think someone have given this one, right? String hello world. So let's copy this. So I print this one. Let's say today's Thursday. I'm just giving text to be Thursday in comma and modulo is okay. And then I'll give a modulo of and me. That's it. If I run this, you can see, sorry, what's this sting variable. If you add this, if I run this program, you can see a Thursday, hello world. Clear? So now, have anyone know about? So let me copy this and add it in the notepad. So it's Python loop. Okay, the next one is how, what is modulo D in Python? So what is modulo D operator? What is modulo D operator? Why we need this? Any guesses? Integer. Okay. So let's see how we can use this. Actually, this is, used as a placeholder to specify the integer value and then decimals or numbers. For that purpose, we are using this. Okay. And then even for to print a string or other values, we can use this. So one simple example we can see, if example, I'm trying to print some rational numbers. Let's say, let me give k. So k is equals to 10 divided by 2 or 10 divided divisible, right? So let me give 10 divided by 3. And I want to concatenate this numeric value with some string. Okay, whatever the rational values I'm getting, I want to concatenate with some string. So how I can do it? So first, let me give the print to be value. So something I'm just giving. And next to this, and print of giving modulo D. Okay, modulo D means it is going to combine that value. Okay, whatever the value we are getting. So that will be is, it's I'm just giving as equals to value to be 8 divided, sorry, that is 10 divided by 3. So 8 is coming with this. Okay, 10 divided by 3 using the operator in comma below of k. Is error. Sorry, again, I've given this comma. So that's a problem. Let's run this. So here you can see that is 3 is equals to 10 divided by 3. And so that has been printed in the first itself. Okay, so it's like a placeholder. And if I give some other values like some decimal or whatever the value, so that also will be printed in this particular place. Clear? I hope everyone understood about this for loop and modulo S and modulo D. And if you want to find some length also, you can use using a length keyword, you can do it. If it is going to be, okay, if I use the multiple loops, okay, multiple for loops, then how we can do this? That is nested for loop. So after this, we can, have, so we can start with the oops concept. Okay. How we can go with this, multiple for loop. So multiple for loop, you have to use 1 minute, guys, 1 minute, students. Okay, students, so we can see some, nested for loop, how we can print the nested for loop. So we have to give ranges, right? So let's take, so this is the output I need. So output is like, I want the output to be printed like this. So 1 and then 2 and 2 and then 3, 3, 3 and then 4, 4, 4, 4. So any ideas of how we can print this pattern? So any guesses? So we can print this pattern. Any idea, guys? I hope everyone is listening, yes or no. So silent, everyone.
Yes, madam. Listening, madam.
Okay, ma. Who's that? Okay, can you tell me, guys, how we can print this? Any guesses from your end? Okay, we can see some patterns now. Because patterns mostly they will be asking in interviews. So let's see. For the nested for loop, I'm giving the for loop ranges. So instead of giving there, I'm giving here. So range 1 comma 5. So I'm not creating any variables for the or starting and the ending value. Directly I'm giving. And the next is again I'm giving one more loop. So j in a range of I. So whatever the value we are getting here, so that is going to be looped inside. Then print I and comma. So I this want to be end with okay. So it was end with this and the final for this print just giving a space. Okay. So end with space means for each and everything it ends with a space. So that's why we are giving this. So you can see the values has been printed. So how it has been printed and the logic way. So first loop, what is the I value? So I value is going to be 1, right? For this one. So as of now, it comes to the j. So j in range of I. So I and the j, it's going to be 1, 1, right? So in that place, the I value will be printed. Okay. And the next statement is I is equals to what? It will be considered as 2 now. So now 2. So 1, that is 2 times the range of the value will be printed. So this will be 1 again. So 1 and 2 and so 2, 2, the value will be printed. Right. So whatever we are doing in the Java, the same how. So how we will be calculating it? So it will be calculating like this I and j value. Right. So I and j means the first value is going to be what? It's going to be 1 and 1. And second value is going to be a 2, 1 and 2, 2. And 3, 1, 3, 2 and 3, 3, right? So like this, each and every value will be placed. For 1 and 1, the 1 value will be placed. Clear? So this is the, example for this nested for loop. Okay. And then if example, I want to use the continuous statements, how we can use this continuous statement. So if it is going to be, so what is the use of continuous statement first? So we already know, right? So it will jump that particular value alone, then it will print the things, right? So let's see one example. We can go with some patterns. Guys, we can see some patterns or we can go with some sequence. Guys, just say thumbs up. Oh, sorry. Say yes or no or show thumbs up. Something like that. Okay, fine. Yeah, shall we take some 2 minutes of kind of break? Then we'll start. Okay, we'll refresh. Please just refresh all the topics what we have discussed. Just take 2 minutes of break. So we'll start at 9:52. Okay, please be on the line. Don't leave the session because if we are taking continuously, you'll be feeling hard. So that's why I'm giving 2 minutes of break in between. Okay. Take other 2 minutes now. Please be connected. Okay. Okay, so we can start now. And in the meanwhile, I just want to confirm, is everyone have created your GitHub link? That is not a GitHub link. Do you have a GitHub account? Do you have a GitHub account, guys? I got one response. What about the other students? Why? Because if time permits, I'll be showing you how you can do that. Okay, please refer this video, and you everyone has to give the link. I got it from Kashifa and some students, from 2 to 3 students, but I'm expecting from everyone. Clear? Okay, ma'am. So next, sh- so we can see about some patterns. Okay, how we can print a patterns. So if I want to print the pattern, let's say, so here it is ranges from 1 to 5, and here we have given I. Okay, then what happened? My values has been printed like 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3, and 4, 4, right? But if suppose I want the pattern, let's say, I want the pattern to be printed like 1, and then it should increment in a J loop. J loop, it should increment, okay? And then I, 2, and 3, and I, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So how can we print this pattern? So Vinay, you didn't create GitHub account, just create it, ma. For everyone, I'm saying, just create it, because in the foundation course, everyone is learning about a different things, right? It's not only a front end, it's not only a back end, or it's not only a database or cloud computing. Everything you're learning. For that, you should be ready with all the types of, for interview purpose, you should be ready, right? So that's why I'm just giving you all the kind of things. Okay, let's see. So pyramid patterns of the numbers. Let's see how we can print this. So let's say pattern is going to be, let me copy it here. Okay, this is my pattern. Then how we can print this? I'm just giving A is equals to, so let's say row. Okay, I'm giving us rows is equals to 5. So I want to print some 5 rows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 rows. Then for loop is I variable, and it ranges from what? It starts from 1, and the row should be so 1, comma, rows plus 1, because it is going to be increment, right? For this one, I want my for loop to be increment. So rows plus 1, and give colon. And next is for j in a range of, it starts from 1, and the I get incremented. Okay. So the I get incremented in this place. So give colon, and then a print statement. So print, while printing the value, I want to print only the J value. Okay. I want to print the J value, and then it end. minute. Sorry for the interruption, students. I'm sorry. Okay. So now, the IE ranges from 1 to rows 1. So rows 1 in the sense it starts from 1 till 6. Then only it print the 5 rows, right? So that's why we are giving a rows 1. So next statement is J in range 1 comma I plus 1. So I plus 1 means our I value is what? 1. So 1 plus 1. So it starts from 1 and 2. Okay. So the values will be, let's see. So the I value, okay, the I value is 1 and the J value is again 1. So it will print. So 1 and 1 means it will print the value of J. So J value is what? 1.
Huh?
Okay. So the first value, it will print the, did we execute this code? Okay. So the first value will be what? So for I and J value is 1. So it prints a 1 value. And next statement, for next statement again, it will consider now the I value is I, right? So that is I1. I is equals to 1. Not I is equals to 1. So here the J will be again, get incremented, right? So first for the I1 and the J, I'm sorry. Here, the I is going to be 2. Why? Because the entire process has been completed. So now the I is going to be 2, right? So and then J is equals to 1. So J is equals to 1 is what is the value? It will print the value of I value. I value is what? 1. And then I is equals to 2. Okay, I is equals to 2 again. And J is equals to what? J has been, now it is going to be 2. The value is going to be 2 again. Clear, everyone has understood about this pattern? Yes or no? So if you have doubts also, just go through these examples once. Okay. And if I want to, print this, some values, if I want to print some, values of the same numbers or whatever, the patterns, you can just make the things. Okay. If it is going to be the while loop, you can again you can use the same concept here also. So let's see one more pattern and then we'll move on to the objects, class objects. Yes, ma. Someone is talking in the background. Any questions? Okay, next pattern is I want to print 1 and 2 1 and 3 2 1 and then 4 3 2, and 1, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is my pattern. So how we can print this pattern? How we can print this pattern, ma? Any guesses? So again, we'll definitely will be using a two for loops. Okay, okay, right. Two for loops we'll be using, and the pattern is going to be like 1, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 2, and 3, 3, 3, and 4, and 5. It is like downward increment pattern. So where the number it is getting increased. You can see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 1. So we can do this. I hope everyone is there. Just to confirm, is everyone available in the session? Just give thumbs up or says or no. Okay. I'm always getting response from Mohammed. And what about others? Okay. Thank you, Hemant. Okay, Teja Kumar. Okay. So let's see how we can print these type of patterns. So if it is going to be the rows of 6. Okay, I'm giving a rows of 6 because in this one, let's see. Yeah, so instead of giving rows plus 1 in the for loop, so either you can do this. Let me show you. I in the range of, let us starting from 1, and you can give rows, or you can give plus 1, and you can give here, you can change it to 5. Okay, whatever you prefer. So as of now, I'm directly giving this to be rows and colon, and for loop is j in a range of the I. So it starts from I, and I'm giving 0, comma, minus 1. So here I have given some, 3 ranges. So why we need to give 3 ranges? What it means? So how it has been calculated? Anyone? Anyone knows why we are giving 3, ranges value here? No one? So first one means, let me give it here. So in a range method, so first one is going to be start, and the second one is going to be stop, and the third one is going to be a step. So these are the 3 parameter forms we'll be using. Okay. Um, let's say this is going to be a start value, and it stops at 0, and the step is going to be, it's take from -1. Okay. So this is the 3 parameter value. So now we'll get into the code again. I will print j, comma, end of one, and this for you, right? Okay. So how this will be, arranges. So let's do this. So first is going to be the I value. Okay. So the I value was what? The number is going to be 1. It starts from 1. And J value is going to be 1. So this is very normal. Here, the J value, it will print out 1. That is 1, 1. The 1 value has been printed. So next is going to be our I. So I, here it is incremented, right? So it is incremented. So I is equal to 2 and J is equals to a 2 or 1 here in this place. So what is going to be the J value now? J value will be 1. Am I right? But here we have given, the minus 1. So what is minus 1? It's going to be a step value for you, right? So it's end at 0. So it ends at 0. It starts at 1. So then you will be getting a value of what? You'll be getting a value of the 2. But so it has been reversed now. So it will be printed in a reverse manner. So that's why we are getting a 2 and 1 here. Okay. So whenever you are giving minus 1, it is going to be considered as the reversing, the steps value. It has been reversed. Clear? I think we can stop this primate concept because I can see some people are not answering. So let's move on to the OOPS concept now. Is it okay? Can we move on to the OOPS concept? Object oriented programming in Python. Yes or no? Okay, better I can do one thing. Let me give you some task. Okay, so you complete it and share me the output. So we can have some 5 to 10 minutes of time and you can do it and share it with me. So I hope that will be a good part. I think you guys are a little bored with the dry concepts. So we'll do that. So using a for loop alone, I'm going to ask some kind of quiz questions. So let's see who's going to answer this. Okay, ma. So I think we can start the quiz. You guys can give me the answer. Okay. So let me give one coding. Okay. So it's going to be num in a range. It starts from 10 to 14. And I'm using again one more for loop. So we can also do it here itself. Let me remove this. Okay. And then next is for loop I in range. That is for the next. We are giving it as an I and J, right? So here I'm giving num and I. So ranges, it starts from 2 and it ends till num colon. And if the num modulo I is equals to 1, print num. Can you tell me the answer for this one? So when it gets break, you just take some 2 minutes of time and just go through it and give me the answer. Okay, got an answer from Mohammed. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. What about other students? Same thing. So it will start. Okay. Okay, the answer is correct. So 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay. And next is, let me ask you one more. We can see some two more examples. The answer is 10, 12, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay. And next to one. Again, for a nested for loop, I'm giving numbers is equals to 10 comma 20. Okay, and then the another variable is called as items. I'm expecting the answer from everyone. If you don't know also, please let me know. I can explain you the things. Okay. The tables, I'm just getting it from the online quizzes. So for X in numbers and for Y in and print X comma Y. So for this one, okay, good. Shy, correct. So 10 share, 10 table, and then 20 chair and 10 table, right? So it is easy only. So first the 10 value will be here and then the Y value will be there. So Y value is so 10 chair and 10 table will be printed and then again 20 chair and 20 table will be printed. Clear? And I will go with the last one, last thing. So still I'm getting only 3 answers. I'm expecting the answers from everyone, students. So num. If it is wrong, also not a problem. You can give me the answers. So it's going to start from this value and it is going to end till -5. And then the step value is going to be -1. Then think how the value is going to be. Okay. And print the value num, comma. So for this one, what is the value? Okay, I got some two answers, -2, -3, and -4, and -2, -5, -1. How you get this answer, ba? Can you tell me? So Hemant, you have printed the same value. Actually, Hemant, see here, this is not the array. It is not a concept of array. So the range is calculated like this. First is step, and then stop, and then finally the step value. Sorry, this is start, stop, and step value. Clear? So start value was -2, right? And the end, the stop value is going to be -4. So -4 means till -4 only it will print it, right? So how it will be printed? First, -2. The starting value is -2. So it is printed, correct. And the next value is going to be -3. Am I right? So -3, -1 is a step value. So one by one, it will get incremented. So let me give it as a 10 and let me change this to 2. Then what happens? What is the output? So then what is the output for this one? If it is going to be -10, -2 and 10. So if it is going to be -2 is the value first printed. And the next is, it is step value will be decremented by -2, right? -2 means the next value will be -4. And then if I decrement this value to be -2, then it is going to be -6 until -8, it will print it. Clear? Clear, everyone? Dharani. So Dharani and Hemant is given a different answer. That's why I'm just explaining you. For if you want to understand, I can also give you one more example. Let me give it as a 3. Okay, so now can you tell me what is the answer? So this is the last question. So we need to understand the range values. What is the value for this one? Output. What is going to be the value? Don't execute it. Just think the logic and tell me the answer. Good, good, Mohammed. So it's going to be what? -2. So its steps value is -3. So it has been added. So -5. And then -5 -3 is -8. If it is going to be plus, what happens? You have to change this to a plus value. If you increment the same thing, but it is in the positive. That's it. I hope everyone understood this concept. Okay, okay, great. So again, we can see one examples on if-else statement. The next is, we'll see in an example of if-else statements, how we can print it. So let's say I have a variable called x is equals to 0, okay, and a is equals to 5, and b is equals to 5. So three values I have. An if condition. Let's say if condition is a is greater than 0. If b is less than 0. So two condition. One is a is greater than 0 and b is less than 0. Next. Sorry, I have given a wrong statement. Okay. So just here I'm giving x is equal to x plus 5. If this condition is true, okay, if the b is less than 0, then x is equal to x plus 5. If this condition is not correct, then it will goes to the else if. And then a is greater than 5. Okay, and x is equals to x plus 4. And finally, for this, I want to print one else statement, that is x is equals to, wait a minute, let me is this one. X plus 3. Here in the else statement, I'm giving x is equals to x plus 2. Now, so we know the x value, right? So what is the output for this one? Just try this. Okay, got answer. X is equal to x plus 4. Just do the logic and tell me the final x value. So let's check. So first it will check, right? So 5 is my value. Let's do it here in the notepad. Let me copy this code. Okay, here what happens, the a value was a, first it will check this condition, a is greater than 0. So a value is what? 5. So 5 is greater than 0. Correct. So next it will get into the statements. So once it get into the statement, if the b value is what? B is 5 is less than 0. So no, it is false. So it will get terminated. So next is I have the else if. In else if condition, what happened? I have a value of 5 value, a value is 5 and it is greater than 5. So again, this is also a false condition, right? Then the third condition is what? The third condition is, so if this is not going to be the one, then it will print this, right? So then our value is what? So x is equals to x plus 3. So the value is x is equal to x value is 0. So 0 plus 3 is, so x is 3. Understood, students? Yes, I good. So I got a lot of answers. Good, correct. So it is going to be what? X is equal to 3 is a value. If suppose I'm changing this condition to 6, not 6, if it is going to be -1, then what is the output? Good, Raghavendra. Now tell me what is the value if I give -1. You can easily tell me the answer. What is going to be the answer? This is for previous one, right? Good. 1 second. So it is going to be 2, right? Good. Good, Meghna and Mohammed. Okay, fine. So I hope everyone has understood this concept. Okay, if it is going to be 5, okay, and if I change my b value as -1, then what is the output? It is going to be a -1. The b value is going to be -1. Then 5. That's it. I hope everyone understood this loop concept and the this question, right? Okay, one more example you can see. Ashik, you typed ma'am. So any questions, ma, for you from your end? Okay, let's see one more example now, and then we'll start with oops concept. Okay, and in between we can have these kind of quizzes. So range. So it starts from I, the range till 10, and for so j. So it starts from j in the range of starts from -1 till -10, and the step value is going to be -1. Okay, so x plus equals to 1. I mean, incrementing this value. So what is the output for this one? So may I know the answer for this one, students? Okay, ma. So I got an answer from Hemnath, 1098. Okay. So again, it's going to be a step values, right? So in the for loop, so it is a two loops here. We are using two loops. So first loop, it starts from, that is j is 10, and it will increment it in this place. The values get incremented. It is not going to print all the values. Only one single value is the output. So let's see. So it starts from the -1, and it's end at -10, and the values will be decrementing -1. One by one value will be printed, right? So each and every value will be added here. So once you done this, you can see the 90 will be the output. How many of them got this answer? Okay. I hope everyone understood this one, this example. Okay, so these are the some quizzes. So now we can go with OOPS concept. Okay. Let's look into the OOPS concept now in Python. Because we will see the description of this OOPS concept and why we need to go for this OOPS concept. So everything is similar when you compare with, the Java OOPS concept or that is C++ concepts. Okay, but there are, slight difference will be there. So we'll see what it is going to be and how we can work with this, objects, classes, and attributes, what is called attributes, and how we can print the statements here. So we'll see one by one examples and also how to create in a function. So what is OOPS? OOPS means object oriented programming concept. So in this OOPS concept, it's it tends to be one of the major obstacle for the beginners to learn this starting in Python. So that will be a little bit difficult while you are using it in the OOPS, right? So now we can see the object using the class keyword and how to create a class attributes and creating a methods in a class and learning about inheritance, what is polymorphism and special method. So let's see one by one. So first is how we can create a that is objects and classes. So to create, class. Okay, so here the user if defined objects are created using a class keyword. Okay, and the class is a blueprint that defines the nature of a future object. So how we can use this class? So first we need to create a new object type. For this one, let's see one simple example how we can work on this. So you can, I think you guys already know how to create a class, right? So how we can create it in Python? Any idea how we can do this? So let's see one by one the definitions and everything. So first we will see about the class. So classes is a collection of objects, and a class contains the blueprint or a prototype from which one second. Okay, the objects, the prototype from which the objects are being created. So it contains a blueprints or the prototype from which the objects are being created, and it is a logical entity that contains some attributes and methods. So this we already know. In the Java also the same thing, right? So it is a logical entry, sorry, that is entity that contain some attribute and methods. Then how we can create a class? So classes will be created. Classes are created by a keyword called class. And the attributes or the variables that belongs belong to a class. And attributes are always public here. Okay, the attributes are always is public and can be accessed using a dot operator. So example, I'm giving my class dot my attribute. Like this, you can access it. Clear, guys, everyone? So what is class and the important points about a class? Class is a collection of objects and it contains the blueprints or the prototype from which the objects are being created. And it is a logical entity that contains some attributes and method. Classes are created by the keyword class and attributes are the variable that belongs to the class. And the attributes are always public and we can that is accessed using the dot. So now how we can create a class? A very simple example is a class keyword and the class name. Okay, here you can give some attributes. Like this, you can do it. And if you're trying to, this is creating a class. This is like creating a class. If I want to create an object, if you're creating an object, then obj is equals to the class name is what? So this is my class name of. So that's. And also we need to know about the other important keywords. Let's look into that, then we'll jump into the coding. So what is self? Self means class method must have an extra first parameter in the method definition. Okay, the class method must have an extra first parameter in the method definition. We do not give a value for this parameter when we call the method. Okay, so this self is nothing but is a class method. Must have an extra first parameter. So this is actually a parameter value in a method definition. So we do not give any value for this parameter when we call the method. We don't want to give anything. We can use this keyword to call. Okay, and the next is called as init method. This one, init. So what is this actually? So it is similar to the constructor. Okay, so the init method. This is the method. Okay, is similar to the constructors in C++ and Java. It is run as soon as object of a class. Object of the class is instantiated. What is a word called instantiated, Ma? What is called instantiated? What is this word? What is this term called instantiated? What is this? For represent. Okay. Any other answer? So no other answer. So whenever you are working in an industry, so you have to use these kind of technical terms. Okay. So that will be useful for you. So instantiate means like I'm just asking in this Python or whatever the programming languages. So actually, if suppose when a copy of class is created that inherits all the class properties and the function is called it is called as a instantiating a class. A copy of a class is created. Okay. So it is run as soon as the object of class is instantiated means it will create a copy of it. That's is all about instantiate. So now we will continue with the same thing. So yes, so this is about it's similar to the constructor in C++. So it is run as soon as the object is created. So this method, yeah, why we are going for this method? So this method is useful to do any initialization you want to do with your object. Okay. So it is useful to do any initialization you want to do with your object. So then you can go with this init method. Okay. And next we can see about the attributes. So that is these are the attributes. Attributes means if you want to fetch some values, okay, then we will go with this attributes. So now we will see a simple example how we can create a class with a simple example. Okay. So then we'll move on to the other oops concept. Let's create a class. So here only my coding starts. So 1 minute, student. Okay, ma'am. So actually, yes, we were seeing about one simple example on this class, right? So class, let me create some name for this. Let's say class name we can give. Okay, let's give A. So A is my class name. Okay. And next to this, here you need to give colon. So here I'm just giving, so if I'm going to create a class attribute. So to create a class attribute, let's say, so B is equals to, I'm giving some value. Let me give Rayalaseema College is my attribute name. And next I'm creating a instance attribute. Okay, here I'm creating a instance attribute. So that is a class attribute. Instant attribute means what? It is a copy of the class. So here I'm creating a function. So to create a function, we'll be using what? Def. So and then I'm using a init method. So what is init method? So init method, it is useful to do the initialization you want to do with your object. So that's why we are using this init method. So inside this, I have two argument value. One is self and the another one is the variable is what? Variable is B. Okay, colon, and then I want to print the value. So self dot B is equals to B. And next to this, I want to create a code for this. That is a driver code and object initialization. So how we can do this? So let me give the some object initialization using this a class name, a class name. So let me create a C is equals to a of some name. So let me give C value or C object, and then D is equals to a of D value. So this is nothing but object initialization. This is an object, right? So here we have created object using a class. Then accessing a class attributes. So we can, get the class attributes value. So here I'm giving a print statement and using C is using a curly braces inside this. After this, I am going to use a method called format. So what is this format method in Python? Anyone knows what is this format method in Python? It will, just, format the value accordingly. So that's why we are using this, for method. So this is to, insert them inside the string placeholder. So that's why we are going for this format. Okay, format method. So let's continue. Here I'm using a format method. Inside the format method, let me give a class A, not class A, the object C dot. What is the attribute one? That is here we have B, and then let me copy this again. So it is for accessing the class objects. Class object is what? This one. The first one, Rayalaseema College. And the second variable is D, right? So D, and the format. Here also again, what is the class name? Oh, sorry, the object name is here. It is going to be D, right? So D dot class of the B. And then same thing. Let me copy this. I'm going to use it for accessing the instance attribute. So what is instant attribute? Using a self, right? So self in the sense, and I'm changing the content to class name is. Here I'm giving the object name. So C and D. Here, what is the value we have assigned? 1 minute. So what I've given is, we change this to name. And also, I'm changing this to what name. I want to print a name here. Okay. So first two value is what? The first two value is printing. What it is printing? It is printing the class attribute, and the second one it is printing the instance attribute. Okay, whatever is there, it is showing here. So whatever is in this value, it is showing here. Previously, it is showing the class attribute. Here it is showing the instance attribute. Clear everyone's how to create a class and then object and init method. What is the use of init method and a self parameter, and how to check the values of this class attribute and self attribute. Everyone is clear? Yes or no? Can I get some response, guys? For a long time, I'm not getting any response from you. Any questions, anything, any doubts as of now? Show thumbs up or say yes or no, students. So in between, we can have some 10 minutes of break. Don't worry. So please don't go anywhere. Join again in the session. Okay, clear? Is it clear for everyone how to create class objects and what is parameter, self parameter, init method? Everyone is clear or not, students? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, everyone? Can I get some response? Okay, okay, fine. I think you guys are little tired, I think. Can we have 10 minutes of break and then can we start it in between? So we can have it at now or at, we can take it 11:30. That is up to you. Can we have a break now at 11:10 or we can take it at 11:30? So 10 minutes of breaks we can have. Or I can continue. So three options for you. You just tell me. I need your suggestions, students, so that we can continue or we can have a break of 10 minutes. Okay, okay, fine. So it is now 11:10. We can take it. Okay, so till 11:20 we can have a break. So please be connected. Don't go anywhere. Just take a break and then please be connected here itself. Okay.